Hey, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this video. So in today's video, we will be discussing about the Edge Expert certification and how you can become the Edge Expert. So we have three recently Edge Experts who joined our training program and who are on this call. So they will be sharing about their success stories as well as what they are currently doing and how this Edge Expert examinations, how they have cleared this examination and how our training helped them to become this edge expert. Okay, so I would recommend you to join to have a look on this video till the end, and if you have any questions, any suggestions, please put in the comment sections. If you're watching this video on the YouTube, please do not forget to subscribe our channel. If you're watching this video on our LMS platform, then do not forget to share your insights and takeaways in the comment section. Okay, so let's start the interactions with our edge experts. So hi everyone, hi Pashupati ji, hi Tshering Tashi ji, and hi Birkha ji. How are you?
Hello, sir. We're great. We're doing great.
Super, great. So first of all, congratulations to all of you. Because you have taken the training as well as now you have become the edge expert. So that's a great achievement. And I think for all the people in NHDCL, we were discussing in the month of April, how to become the edge expert. Now you three are the edge expert, and I believe very soon more people will be in the NHDCL will become the edge experts. Great. So so I have what we have done, why we are doing this kind of a call or this video, so that other people who are aspiring to become the edge experts, they will get some ideas, they will get some inputs from this video, and it will help them to prepare the examination. Okay, so I have just compiled few questions that I will ask. People ready?
Yeah, sure.
Are you ready?
Yes, we are on mute now.
Okay, yeah, you are unmuted, right? Great, super. So I will ask, a first question is, can you please introduce about yourself, past, what you are doing currently in your organization, and what is your expertise, apart from this, what your expertise. So let's start with Mr. Pashupati. Can you just give a highlights on this?
Hello. First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving us this opportunity. My name is Pashupati Diyali, and I'm working as an architect in National Housing Development Corporation Limited in Bhutan for the past 12 years. And I've worked on various different kind of projects, starting from housing, offices, and monastery, and so many others. And currently, I'm working on green and affordable, resilient housing sector project funded by ADB, and with the mandate from ADB to have it EDGE certified. We have all our buildings designed as meeting all the EDGE requirements and EDGE standards. And I wasn't really I wasn't much into the EDGE standards and everything earlier, but after meeting Mr. Anuj, we came to know in depth about what is EDGE, and then we decided that okay, I think we should also be training with the EDGE. I mean, we should also be taking the EDGE expert training, and we got the training from Mr. Anuj, and now I'm proud to say that we have a lot of knowledge about EDGE, and we have also become an EDGE expert. So I would like to thank Mr. Anuj and D2O Learning for helping us with that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pashupati. That's a great achievement, and as well as thank you so much for sharing about yourself. So next, I think let's start with Mr. Tshering Tashi. Can you just share your highlights, what you have done, what you are currently doing in NHDCL?
Yes. Hi everybody. My name is Tshering Tashi, and currently I'm working as a head of infrastructure development division in NHDCL. So previously I was also working in standards organization where we tried to develop some green product standards, but during that time we were not really conversant with this kind of age training or age certification. So that standards work couldn't go through. But unfortunately I had to leave that office and join NHDCL. Now after the training with you, Mr. Anuj Gupta, And having successfully passed the H exam, we are now confident that we can develop standards and also incorporate the green components into our building construction, especially the water and the energy efficiency part. Because yes, Bhutan is it's not a cold place, but we have a cold winter. So that is where we consume the most of our electricity in our country. So if we have good energy efficiency measures put in place, maybe we can make a saving, and our country can export more electricity. Because if there is savings in electricity consumption in the country, then that means we can export more. So thanks
Definitely.
to you, and again thanks to the H and Shintali group and the H IFC. We have the H expert training and the know-how now, and we really look forward to working with you and continue our partnership, and also see that our officials from our department and our office try to learn more about H certification and green building concepts. So with
Great.
that, thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Tshering Tashi. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And definitely, as you mentioned, the country is already having an energy efficient, but after this EDGE certifications, and a lot of buildings are going for that certification in the country. So definitely, there will be more energy saving, water saving in the country, and it will definitely help the end consumer as well as the country also. Great. So let's move on to Mr. Birkha. Can you just share your highlights about yourself and how was your experience?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Birkha Mongar. Currently, I am working as structural engineer under design section under infrastructure development divisions in National Housing Development Corporation Limited. And I have been working here for last 1.5 years now. And prior to that, I worked in a private consultancy firm for about 4.5 years. And then during these 5 years of span of my career, I worked under various projects, started from residential projects to urban planning, urban designs, and then a few other projects like the stadium design and all. And then while I was working in the private sectors, as well as when I joined this office, I was not aware of what is each. But I had an understanding that green building designs, green building design codes are available, but I was not perfect. I didn't know what is age and what are some of the measures that's in there. And with your with with the age training with you, sir, and D2O Learning Centers, and I have come to know what is age, why it was created in the first place, and then if you are to certify, what are the processes involved in it, and then what are the roles and responsibilities. If we want to become age experts and age auditors, so what are some of the roles and responsibility, ethics and conducts, and what are those roles and responsibilities? I came to know very thoroughly.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Birkha. Thank you so much for about yourself and your experience. So my next question is, how was your training experience? Because I know we did this training in the month of April, and you became the EDGE expert in the month of July. So how was your training experience, and how was these 3-4 months after the training? So if you can just share some insights on it. So let's start with Mr. Pashupati.
Okay, thank you. The training experience was really amazing. First of all, I would again like to thank you, Mr. Anuj, for making the training. Actually, as per the standard, it happens just in one day. But then you agreed to split it into 2 days, and then making our training, much easier for us to absorb. And the 2-day training that lasted for 8 hours in total. That was really helpful, and it was really easy for us to understand everything. And you had covered almost everything in depth. And I came to understand about that only when I was preparing for the exam. and I was going through the material that you had shared for us to study for the preparation of exam. And as I was just going through each and every material, I just found out that okay, I've covered everything during the training itself. So it was the preparation for the exam itself was much easier because of the training that was given in depth. So thank you so much for the beautiful and wonderfully tailored training session.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words about the training. And now I would like to hear from Mr. Tshering Tashi.
Oh, about the training, right?
Yeah.
Yes, like Mr. Pashu summed it up, and he spoke all my words. But I would like to add few points. The training session with using the app live, that was the best part, because we got the hands-on experience of how to use the app and what were the menus available and what of the the base case versus the improved case scenarios, and finally looking at the results. Those were really helpful for us to understand how the edge certification worked and how the mitigation measures were calculated and what made the difference actually in bringing the building to becoming a green certified building. So the live session and the live usage of the Edge app was the most helpful and beneficial one for us. And also we appreciated your frank discussions and direct talk with our colleagues, and also the question and answer session. Of course, in the future we would appreciate if you could add more session on the auditor part, and
definitely
the conformity assessment part and these things, because of course the 2 days was too less for you to cover everything. But we really appreciate for your time and how you managed to teach us everything. And once again, to sum it up, the usage of live session on the Edge app was the best part of your training for me, actually. Thank you very much.
Super. Thank you so much for adding this thing, because the training is kind of a hands-on workshop. So thank you so much for putting this point. You had a great learning on the Edge application, and I believe whoever will be joining this training in the future, they will have a more understanding on the Edge application. Great, super. Let's move on to the Mr. Birkha. Can you just highlight what is the one best thing which you liked about the training?
About the training, like our Pashupati and our James said, it was entertaining and it was engaging at the same time, because while you were taking the workshop, and we were also engaged in the workshop, so which means we were not given any opportunity for us to feel asleep or anything like that. So it was more into training. It was really interesting in my perspective, and moreover, if you look at from the content, it covered pretty much from what is age to certification process, rules and responsibilities. So it was very much clear. And moreover, if you look at from the exam perspective view also, it covers pretty much everything what we should do as a age client, age expert or age auditors, and what are some of the roles and responsibility of age certifiers. And all those were pretty clear. And then the next things that what is so interesting is that like our James said, in the age application point of view, we could with just a few clicks on green measures like waters, energy, and then embodied materials part, that we could come up with what could be the best solution for our building to each each standards.
Right. Great. Thank you so much, Birkha. Thank you for sharing your experience about the training. So, in addition to this, I have a next question, is because you have shared the training experience which was given by me. But the next question is, how was your exam experience? Because a lot of people face challenges like Anuj, how will be the examination? How to do the examination from home or from Prometric Center. So if you people can just share your exam experience, how was it? It was easy, medium, or it was tough? It was conceptual based, or it was a numerical based? How was it? So let's hear from Mr. Pashupati.
Okay, yeah, the exam experience was amazing. above everything. So the thing is that we were quite busy with all the projects in hand, and then we really didn't get time to prepare for the exam, because of which we had to extend for another 2 more months. Actually, we
Okay.
couldn't
Right,
do
right.
it in the first 2 months time that we were given. And because we were busy, we had to extend for another 2 more months. And even after the 2 more months of extension, we couldn't really, prepare for the exam. And in the last 2 weeks of time, actually, not even 2 weeks as such, but then let's say for 2 weeks of time, we started to prepare for the exam. And the first thing that I did was I wanted to go through the video session once again.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to the video session, there was one resource section that you had given,
Mm-hmm.
all the resource material that we needed to learn for the preparation of exam.
Right.
And I started downloading all the materials. And
Mm-hmm.
it was, I was just overwhelmed by the number of pages that each documents had. And I was just worried, that okay, I'll not be able to cover everything, because I'm not prepared for the exam. But as I started reading those material, I just found out that everything was covered right in the presentation, everything in depth. So that made the preparation for the exam much easier.
Okay.
And even during the exam, very minimal preparation time, and still we managed to get through it.
So, Pashupati, did you face any challenges in the examination? Like, because sometimes people face internet issue or a power cut issue, or did you face any kind of a challenge as well in the examination because you gave from your office or home?
Yes, yes, yes. Fortunately, I didn't have any such challenges,
Okay.
like connection issues and all those things. Everything was clear. And one thing that I would also want to add up is while during the exam,
Mm-hmm.
the questions that the questions that were there in the examination was quite tricky. It wasn't really straightforward. And,
Mm-hmm.
and even the answers, they were they were just almost all the options that were provided looked almost just the same.
Okay.
Very, very minimal differences. But I think it was because we understood the concept about the green and the edge app and everything in depth perfectly, because of which it made it easier for us to answer the questions, even the tricky ones.
Okay, that sounds great. So whoever is watching this video, so if you're preparing for the examinations, please note that questions will not be directly put up. It will be tricky, but yes, if you are clear with the concepts and understanding, definitely you will be able to answer those questions. So yes, that's a good takeaways from Mr. Pashupati experience. Let's hear from Mr. Tshering Tashi. How was your experience with the examination and the Prometric platform?
Yeah, on that Prometric platform thing, because I got my timing slot in the morning at 10 a.m.
Okay.
and I tried to do the exam from my office, but then there were some technical glitches because the net was not working.
Okay.
Then I had to somehow rush to my home to use my own private network at home and use the Wi-Fi and this thing. So
Okay.
that was fine, all right.
Mhm.
And then once I logged into the exam question and answer session, then I was given the time. Then thereafter it was a smooth sailing, of course, but then the preparation time that I had devoted to really helped me, and also the
Okay.
materials which D2O shared, and also the classroom session, and
Mhm.
actually the hands-on session was much more beneficial to me because I could see the those base case scenario and improved case scenario and these things, how it was working, and the questions were mostly revolving around those cases. What was the base case scenario and what was
Mhm.
the improved case scenario? So those hands-on experience really helped me.
Okay.
And then finally, of course, the presentation materials and the online materials and the technical parts, mostly the figures, right?
Right.
Specifications and the energy efficiency ratios, the
Mhm.
formulas. These were coming from all the online materials, and I'm thankful for that. And if you look into the questions, like my colleague Pashu said, the questions are never straight because it has to be asked in other way also.
Right.
Because that is how the life life case scenario comes up, it's never straightforward. So that
True.
in a way also gave us some real life case scenario, and I believe that with this exam we can also now solve the real life case scenario in our practice here on. So
Great,
thank you
great.
very much.
Thank you so much for sharing your exam experience. I believe this definitely helped the people who are just giving this going to give this examination. So whoever is watching this video, if you're planning to give this examinations, please go through all the material, the life scenarios, which I think Mr. Tshering Tashi has mentioned. So those things are very important. Great, great. So let's move on to Mr. Birkha. How was your experience, Mr. Birkha, from the examination?
In here, Bhutan, from my early schooling till college, I mean, I have never done remote in the exam through remote.
Okay.
So I was a little bit worried, how it would go. I was not not known to the system. No, that's why I was a little bit worried. But when I went for the exam, so initially we have to go through a chain. They will do a checkup and everything. So they were very very cooperative. And then I just want to say to our futures, whoever's taking exam, they no need to worry about that one. So those things can there may be a little bit technical glitches, but there are agents on the other side who will help you walk through all the process very smoothly.
Right.
And then once you go to the exam, the time is given how many times are remaining, and then all these things are it went very smoothly. And then if you have any issue, if you have any issue, you can directly chat to the Prometic on the chat box, and then you can directly contact chat with the proctor on the other side. And that way they help you go through the examination very smoothly. And then once then what happened was that while I was on the last 30 minutes, so suddenly my laptop was got switched off. Then I have to come back again and then do it again. So they were in that time also they were very cooperative in that one. So if you look at
so when the power goes off, so it was your system, your platform, you are on the same question like when you logged in, or it was on
yes. It was the same question, and then they were also saying that if you have any glitches in the system or if power went by, then they will you can do the reprocess. You have to go log in again and then do all this process. So they were very cooperative in that things.
Oh, nice.
And then coming on the examination point of view, I think like our Tshering Tashi and Pashupati, the question were never strict. So they always make you think from a different perspective.
Right.
And then in that way, they also place a question based on the real time. What will happen in the real side, and based on that, we have to do analysis and then answer according to that. And then some of the questions were pretty much pretty straightforward. But there was in the initial and somewhere that let's say around 50 to 50%. Those questions requires a little bit of an analytical. So, from that perspective, the overall examination was pretty amazing for me.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And I have a question, because people ask, because in India or in Bhutan, so what was your government ID? What you shown to the Prometric, the proctor? It was your local ID or it was your passport? What was that?
Regarding that one, I showed my ID card only, and then but initially they were okay with that. But when I log in again, they were asking for another with the signatures. I said, and that one I clarified that our identity card it's not provided with the signature on it. So they were okay with that one. So.
Okay, so whoever is watching this video, so in the examination, the team will ask you the ID card with your signature. So please keep your ID handy, because in India we use the Aadhaar card, but Aadhaar card doesn't have a signature. So I recommend to have your PAN card or your passport is recommended, which you can show during the examination. Great, Sid. Thank you so much for sharing this insight about the examination. So my next question is, what is your future plan to do? Because now you are as expert, you are well aware about that certification. What you have your plan to do in NHDCL? Because I know NHDCL already doing edge projects. So how you are going to support in those projects? So I think let's start with this time with Mr. Birkha. If you can just share about your inputs on this.
So what I'm planning to do is currently I, as a structural engineer, so I am mostly focused with structural design and all those things. And then the age now, when we go to the certification process, there are a lot of compliance documents which need to be prepared against like each measures.
Right.
And then currently our Pashupati sir and then our Amit sir from Webcos, they were assigned to that. So
right.
Currently what I'm trying to do is that I want to help them to prepare document, compliance document, what are needed. So those are the current what I'm planning to do in the NHDCL. And then in the futures, maybe I'll try. Once I have certain experience with working with like H app and all those things, and then I can further accredit my thing, and then I want to pursue H audit also in the future.
Super, great, super, Mr. Birkha, and I will be happy to support for the Edge auditor. I will connect you with the certifier so that you can get the more updates regarding the audit. Great, super. Let's hear from Mr. Tshering Tashi.
From our side, we are already now into the end phase of the first ADB project. Now we are looking for the second ADB project, a second phase of the ADB project. So that is where we are really looking forward to use our H expertise and also guide our new design team and also the future projects in how to greening our projects. So not only H certification, we are also aiming to go for zero H certification because it looks like a doable thing now. Now that we learn the process and the certification process and how to follow through and ensure that we can go for the zero H certification process. So that is one area we are aiming to. And also further, we want to see if we can have our colleagues become auditor in H certified auditor also, because now we are experts. We can also have auditors also in our office. So that will also promote our professional outlook in the country, because housing development corporation, we have lots of infrastructure projects. So if our projects are green, so it gives a different image in the country, and people would really aspire to have a green certification for their buildings also, because ultimately it's all to do with the natural sustainability and energy conservation, and most importantly the water, which is a big issue in our country or even in the whole region now because of climate change, right? So if we can really push through the age certification, and also our colleagues are trained to become age auditor, on that front we also look forward to you giving us support how to make our colleagues our age experts become a full-fledged auditor. So that would be great for NHDCL, and I'm thinking from NHDCL's point of view that we would appreciate to have our colleagues become a full-fledged auditor. So with that, I would like to thank you once again, and I really look forward to your assistance in future so that our colleagues become an auditor.
Definitely, Mr. Tshering Tashi, because I'm here to support only, so I will be happy to support and assist in all possible ways for the Edge auditor, as well as how you can become different other credential holders. So that definitely I will be happy to do that. Super. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Mr. Pashupati.
Regarding my future plans, as of now, it's just that I just want to get this ADB projects that we are handling right now, get its certifications, and at least now that we have become an H expert, and now we know that we know the different aspects for a building to be green. So even if any of the future projects that we handle in NHDCL doesn't have that prerequisite to be Edge expert or green certified, we can definitely use all the green measures to make our buildings green. So I think that's all for now, and maybe in the future, as I keep working on the Edge. The green buildings further and into Edge certification further, I think it's going to help me pave my way into another dimension in my future.
Super. Thank you so much, Mr. Pashupati. Thank you so much for sharing your experience and your future plan. My next and the last question is to everyone. What is the final thought, or what is the suggestion or the tips you would like to share with the edge aspirants who are planning to give this examination? Any 1 or 2 tips which you think that will be very helpful for those people? So if you can just share those tips. So Mr. Pashupati, like if you can just share those tips.
Yeah, first of all, I would recommend people getting training from you, definitely, because like you made the training so very engaging, and even though we were online, we didn't get a chance to get bored. We were all like attentive to each and everything that you were sharing, and that's what I would first of all recommend. And secondly, like try to understand, as I already mentioned earlier, try to understand the concept, the main background and the main concept about green and how to use the applications and everything, so that even if the questions are tricky, it becomes
Right.
easier to answer and choose the right one.
Right.
So
Right.
I think that's all from my side.
Great. Thank you so much for recommending the training to the participants and sharing your experience and the tips. Great. So, Mr. Birkha, like, what's your recommendations to the aspirants?
I would like to recommend that they go through. Obviously, in the presentation provided with you, it covers all the things there. But still, then I recommend them to go through every material that's given in the website. So they will provide you proper guidance,
Right.
Guidance to they will guide you through the concept and then all those required information, so that when the question comes to tricky round, also you can you will know how to what is the exact answer.
Right.
And then I also would like to recommend to look more towards each auditor, not only expert, but more towards experts.
Right.
Each auditors, because in the question part mostly comes on the each auditor part, because
Right. The roles and responsibilities
of each auditor.
Right.
Because at the end, we have to be each auditors.
Right.
That's what they want. That's what I feel. And then it covers pretty much. Those tricky part question comes from that part. So that's why I want them to go through thorough. About role responsibility.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Birkha. And I think you rightly mentioned about the thing, because in the examinations, generally questions comes about the roles and responsibilities, because that is the main focus. You should be well aware about the certification process, what is the role of edge and the responsibility of edge expert, edge auditor, and the certifier. So this is the main requirement. So there you have to be well aware about the process, like what is the process where you have to work as edge expert, if what is the responsibility of the auditor and all. So yes, rightly mentioned. Next we have Mr. Tshering Tashi. Like if you can just share some tips to the participants.
Well, my earlier 2 colleagues shared all their tips, and I don't have much, but I will just highlight and reiterate what they have said. First one, what Pashu highlighted was the training, which is very much required, and we are lucky enough to get it from you and D2O. And everybody must go for the training, get yourself acquainted with what is edge and what is there in the edge and how to use the app, because hands-on training is must. Then only you can understand the concepts of best case and the improved case. So this is what edge is all about. Of course, there's much more, but then hands-on experience is very must. And then second thing is on the auditors and edge experts, code of conduct and ethics.
Right.
And these are something which the questions were mostly asked from the field experience side, and these field experience sides will never be captured in your learning materials. And this you have to be a little bit careful, and there are some nuances and some unsaid things which is you have to use it through your common sense, like edge auditor cannot help you and guide you during the certification process. Something, these are common sense, but nonetheless these are never mentioned in any of your online materials, and these are some things you should be very careful and make sure that you understand what will happen in the field and how you should act as an auditor. So these things, of course, will not be in the materials, but something to be mindful about. And we were really lucky that we got a good trainer like you, and this was covered and discussed thoroughly with you. And we were quite lucky that all of our colleagues passed the edge examination. Thanks to you, and thank you once again.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming on this call and sharing your experience with us and all the participants who is watching this video. So everyone who have seen this video till now, hope you are well aware about this Edge Expert, what is the certification process, and how you can give the Edge examination, as well as how to clear this examination. So if you face any questions, please drop your questions in the comment sections, or you can reach out to any of the participants, because all these people are from NHDCL Bhutan, and now they are the Edge experts. And similarly, we have more people also in our community who are the Edge experts. So this community is growing. And if you also would like to be a part of this community, as well as to become the Edge experts, you can join our next Edge expert training, which we do on a regular basis. You can check on our website www.d2olearning.com. So and you can check our storefront as well. So that's all from this video. But yes, in the last, if you are watching this video on the YouTube, please do not forget to subscribe our channel, as well as follow our social media platforms, so that you will get regular updates from D2O Learning.